It's time for Top of the Morning. Ready to go? You are so damn cool. What's up, everybody? I am Carlos Alberto Navarro, and I'm not just going to snap and do this the whole time. No, I'm actually doing Top of the Morning. Welcome. It is so good to see you today on this fine Friday morning. And you know what we're going to do on this Friday morning? We're going to celebrate some greatness. That's right. We're going to celebrate the great people of UCF that I got to meet this week, and the students, the teachers, the staff, and the amazing things that they have going on. We're going to celebrate your greatness, the great things you have done. I want to know what the great things you have done. And then my favorite player in baseball, athlete, maybe right now, Shohei Ohtani, he did something absolutely unbelievable. His life is filled with greatness. We're going to talk about that as well. Of course, we'll go over birthdays. But my goal is to make you think, make you laugh, make you go crazy with fun, entertainment, good things right here on this edition of Top of the Morning. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Woo! It's Top of the Morning. Welcome, everybody. It is so good to be here on this beautiful, I don't know if you're in Florida, but it's gorgeous out. It is gorgeous out here, and we're having a good time. We're going to celebrate what I think is one of the most amazing feats anybody has ever done in the history of sports. But before we do that, we got to say top of the morning to everybody. Once again, I'm Carlos Alberto Navarro. Top of the morning, we do it every Wednesday and Friday, 8 a.m. live. But of course, you can watch it all day long on YouTube, on Facebook. Top of the morning to you, Rachel. Good to see you both in here. Two amazing toppers that are always ready to go. Now, how are you doing? I am feeling refreshed. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling pumped up, and I'm so glad that you're here with us today, because today let's truly celebrate some greatness. You got greatness in you. You got some amazing greatness in you that you don't even realize. Let's bring it out today. How do we bring it out? Well, you look at people that are doing some great things. You go, well, how did they get there? How did they do that? We're going to talk about that for sure. We're once again going to talk about UCF. We weren't able to get to that last time. And what I was able to do out at the Student Success Conference, which went amazing. So just want to thank everybody who's in here right now. Oh my gosh, and my mouse has died. My mouse has died. Oh my God, my mouse has died, and luckily I have a backup right here ready to go. I hate this mouse. I hate this mouse. It sucks. I thought it was going to be a cool mouse. But it is not a cool mouse. It is a bad mouse. You see, I'm fixing the mouse right now. There we go. All right, cool. Now we got the mouse. The mouse in the house. All right, perfect. All right. Mouse in the house. I'm glad you're excited to hear about it. I know that, I talked a little bit about the UCF Student Success Conference, but how about we get into it? Before we get into it, honestly, thank you for joining us. It was the 3-month anniversary of Top of the Morning. And this show is in its little baby stage. And so every show is growing. Every show, there's new people that pop in. Every show, I get excited about doing. And I got to be honest, that's something that I've really needed for a long time. And this show is giving me that. So thank you, Julie. You've been there from the beginning. When we are at a big conference hall and there's a bunch of Top of the Morning listeners everywhere and everybody's having a good time and drinking and eating and everything, we're going to say, remember when we started with like 2 people watching? Remember I said that. Julie, Rachel, remember I said that. And there's going to be toppers everywhere. Shout out to John Slack. Miss listening to you every morning on the radio. Glad I found you. Thank you. Because it is difficult to find me. Considering nobody's just like giving a solid and being like, hey, you want to check out Carlos on Top of the Morning? Crazy how that works. Not even a little plug. Not even a, hey, go check him out. He's an old friend. He did a lot for nothing. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. So I'm glad that you found me, since I have zero promotion from people that I thought maybe would promote the show, to be quite honest. So thank you, John, for finding it. I'm doing my best to promote it. I'm doing my best to promote this show. I love this show. I got to give Justine, mommy, celebrity trash reporter. We don't say good morning here. We say top of the morning. We say top of the morning here because we want to have, there it is. And look at that made up face. I don't know if that's Bold Glamour 101 or if you've just done a bang up job with that makeup because your, what is it? Contouring is on point. Your contouring, Justine, is on point. So, it is a little heartbreaking. I gotta be dead honest. I would love to act like, oh, that doesn't bother me, but didn't think that. Didn't think zero, like not even a mention of my name. But hey, what does it matter? All right, people are gonna find me anyway. And here's the great thing. Anytime people have bet against me, the majority of time they lost. I have a drive and ambition that if it was not kept in check, would be bad. I remember when people do me wrong. I use it as fuel. I sometimes take things personal that are not personal because I feel the reason I have so much passion in me and so much energy in me is because I've lost a lot of people in my life. Some of the most important people in my life. You don't have time. Time is an illusion. And we count ourselves out by thinking, oh, I'm 20, oh, I'm 30, oh, I'm 40, oh, I have kids, oh, I don't have kids, oh, I'm never going to... Stop. Time is an illusion. And people like Angelique Jones, good to see you, mommy, in here. I'm back in the mornings. It ain't a makeover, it's a takeover. I got 2 days going right now. I was seeing where we're at. I know I'm going to get that third day going. I know I'm going to build out my little team here. I know I'm going to bring content and information and entertainment and stuff that nobody else is doing. I have nothing holding me back. I'm excited to bring you a new, fresh form of entertainment that mixes my broadcasting and my improv and my acting and my opinion and you guys interactive. That's what it's about. Top of the morning to you, Barbara. Woo woo, let's do this. Let's go, Jay. Loving seeing all these E-Fresh in the house. Top of the morning to you. Justine's looking fierce. Justine's looking fierce. And I've realized this when I'm doing my songs, that there is a bit of latency with the song. Okay? So like when I'm rapping and hip-hopping, and did I just say rapping and hip-hopping? Wow. That is not great. Whoever said hip-hopping, So I realized, oh man, my rhymes are not as tight because I'm a little off. It doesn't matter. What's the point of that? I'm all over the place. I gotta get to this comment here. My entire family listened to you on the radio for years, and after Wednesday's show, I let them know you're here and told them to spread the word. I love you, Justine. Justine Mendoza. This is the kind of comments I want to read all day long. These are the kind of comments that help bring out the show. I got posters. I got cards. You know what I'm doing about this show? And of course, it's kind of about everything that I do. I'm literally going to talk about the passion project and everything. I'm so excited about that. But essentially, I had to start all over in a weird way. And I hope that anybody who's watching this, and if you have to start over, like, understand that it's God pushing you. Understand that it's God going, hey, it's time. And that was me to start this show, to start really focusing entirely on what I've been wanting to do for many years. And I probably wouldn't have done it, to be honest, if I was still on the show. I would still be doing some of this stuff, but I definitely wouldn't be doing the show if I was still on the Monsters. So it is a blessing in disguise. And that's how you have to kind of look at it. So whenever I hear Justine and her entire family listening, because this is something different, this is something unique, this is something that I'm trying, that nobody else, people will do a podcast, people will do a show, they don't like doing stuff live, they don't like doing improv, they have to rely on 3 other people to support them to be funny or entertaining. I'm putting it on me. For many years, I said, let's do this, let's do that, for different ways, different realms. And because I had to go through other people, they didn't get done. It's just me now. If it fails, it's on me. If it fails, it's on me, and I'm good with that. And you got to kind of take that. Top of the morning to you, Rob. I love that picture of you. I know that was early AI portrait stuff. But this is what we do at the beginning of the show. We like to chop it up a little bit. See how everybody's doing. Now, I forgot to put sugar in my coffee. Forgot to put the sugar in my coffee. And that is not good. Not good. If you had the opportunity, would you go back to the Monsters and still continue this? Absolutely not. 100% no. No, I'm done with the Monsters. And I don't know if you've noticed, the Monsters are done with me. I'm good. Honestly, this is what I wanted. Nothing against them. I ain't mad at them or nothing like that. They just got their own thing going. I'm done with radio. Radio's kind of dead anyway. You know? I don't know. I haven't had one person... you know, there's just different ways of entertaining, and I think this suits me a little bit better. I really haven't talked about this at all in many ways, but I figured, why not? We're talking about greatness, and that is not greatness, but what we're about to talk about is a little greatness. But I want to go back to Justine, because if you can leave a comment, like if you leave a comment like this deserves, I don't know. Whoa, what do we got here? Oh my gosh, Megan, come here. Okay, she's half in a negligee because we look at this. Oh, coming in with the sugar like a awesome. Look at this comment Justine left. Look, first off, how is that contouring? Yeah, you can see my entire family listening to you. So this song is for I love you, Justine. You are fantastic. Your family is great. And I love every one of them. I've realized that my music and my songs, they don't match up. That really bothers me. My hip hopping, I'm gonna have to figure it out. It's not real sugar, guys. We don't have real sugar here. Top of the morning, Megan. Top of the morning, Megan. Tanya, we say top of the morning here. Good to see you, though. And Justine is dancing. Justine, tell your friends. I'm walking around handing out cards. Yo, you like celebrity talk? Boom, top of the morning. Yo, you want to be motivated? Boom, top of the morning. You know, Rob is a little biased. Why not use honey for the coffee? Because he makes honey. Remember all the delicious honey Rob has given us? You know, I'm going to have to try because I used to be very anti-honey.
Okay, honey.
Honey? Oh, let me get... I put the delicious split. What is this? Truvia?
Truvia.
This is Truvia.
I think you can totally see me on the screen.
Oh, yeah. We see one boob. Hey! Oh. Oh, we got a whole party going. Alan's here.
And the spoon.
All right. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, baby doll. I love you, too. And Sid, she's saying bye. You know, the show really... I love it. Now's the time to share because people are like, whoa, is this a coffee show? A burlesque coffee show? There it is. Tough crowd. Tanya, I always love seeing you. A spoonful of honey each day is good for you. I should do it. But I can clearly remember the first time I had honey. I guess not. It might have been. Well, I remember just being like, honey's good as hell. Honeycomb, honey, honey, honey. I'm used to chocolate and stuff. Take a bite of honey was not as sweet as sugar or Oreo cookies. Yes, I got it. That was perfect. That's top of the morning Spanish. No, that was good, bro. I liked it. I would gladly drink out of a Black Cow mug. For those who don't know, one of my favorite things to do is to drink out of memorable mugs. I like to drink out of, like this mug here. Every mug I drink out of is memorable. When I booked The Walking Dead, I bought this. And I said, I'm always going to think of The Walking Dead when I drink out of this. And I do. And I'll seek it out. Like when I'm feeling like sad or lonely or like I haven't done shit, I'll be like, remember that time you did cool shit? So I would drink Black Cow going, Tanya Morgan, sweetheart, baby doll. No, where's baby doll? Where's baby doll? Fuck. Justine, where's baby doll? I thought you guys were like cool. You guys seem like you guys were like partied back in the day. All right. Can we, Alvaro? Why'd they have to shoot Alvaro? Son of a bitch. All right. I say let's talk about some greatness. Let's talk about a little motivational minute. Yeah, motivational minute. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, you know what? I wanted to start the show with my To the Top intro. Listen to it. You guys want me to dance to this? Yeah? All right. Dance time. All right, we all need to dance to this. This is the show music. Woo! It's called the belly shake. We must dance. We must sing. This is top of the morning doing the great things. Yeah! 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 Hi, you can! Hi, you can! Hi, you can! All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know what it was. Woo! This is where it gets crazy. Like if you're like at the club doing MDMA, you're like, my mind's blowing up right now. Let's get to the UCF talk. How do you do great things? UCF Student Success Conference. No. Hello, everybody. You have greatness in you. You do. You were not put on this earth to not do great shit. Now, I'm not talking about taking a great shit. That's awesome, especially after a nice meal. And you go, oh, I can go to bed now. That's gross and a separate great list. We'll call those bodily function great list. I can think of a couple others. Okay? So, if you feel, first off, if you want to create something great, give me a like. Give me a heart. If you know somebody that has done something recently great, tag them. Put them on this video, for real. Say, hey, this is my cousin, this is my sister, this is my brother. They just graduated from the police department. They just, doesn't matter. I love seeing people do great things. You'll never see a hater doing better than you, bro. Celebrate greatness. Now, what happened at UCF last weekend was truly an amazing time. An amazing, amazing time. It was the Student Success Conference, and there was a lot of great people there. Over 300 students of just really engaged, smart, top shelf students. What does that mean? Well, obviously, they're freshmen, so it could be from 19 years old all the way up to 50 years old. People that decided, you know what? I'm going to go to that next level of greatness. I'm going to go to UCF. I'm going to go to the Student Success Conference. I'm going to check that out. What is that, the Student Success Conference? Well, it's the 12th annual Student Success Conference at UCF, and it's a big deal. It's basically where the students can go and learn about their college life, how they can get better, the things that are offered, the people that are there to help them. And man, was it amazing to see how many great people and staff are there for your students, are there for you. You know, students were talking about how some of them were struggling in class, you know, some of the student leaders that were there, and how the amazing people at UCF and around were there to help them. And that's life, right? So many times in life, we think, damn, I'm in a really tough place. I don't know what to do. I don't have any options. You gotta share that with people. You gotta make a phone call. You gotta ask for some help. It's okay. We're all there. And there are people in this world that are going, I got you, man. Let me help you out. You may be one of those people. I was surrounded by those amazing people at UCF. Shout out to Eddie and his daughter just receiving her diploma at UCF. Received her DeLand diploma is in the UCF Making Photo Prints. Dude, congratulations, man. That's so awesome. Love hearing that. That's great. People like to celebrate shittiness, right? They like to point out people that are doing bad things. They like to act as if, you know, the whole generation of kids are just lazy. They're not. How you see them is going to be a reflection on you. What I saw around me was amazing people, passionate people, wanting to do great things. Now, to get to this point, to give the keynote address at this is a long time in the making. I posted my first motivational post in 2008. I didn't know that one day I would be literally the keynote speaker at UCF, a school I never even attended. This year alone, I've spoken at UCF, Stetson, and I'm about to speak at Rollins, been to university, Lime. I mean, it has been an unbelievable year. And it started with just putting out a good word. It started with just because I was going through a rough time. I seeked out a lot of motivation and positivity, and I read a lot and I studied a lot, and I realized, oh, we can control our attitude, our thoughts with our minds. And that's when I started putting out the good word. You fast forward to almost 15 years later, and I'm giving the speech on basically how I was able to help myself and then help others. And I couldn't be more excited about where the road is going. Truly, the opportunities and the things. So, what do I do there? Okay, so obviously at the Student Success Conference, it was over the weekend. It was at Shingle Creek. There were hundreds of students there. So from Friday till about Sunday, on Saturday I gave a big speech, and it was fantastic. And what I should say is, it's a speech that I've done a lot in different ways. But when I was crafting this a long time ago, I pictured an event like the UCF Student Success Conference. A massive area and a lot of students in an area to be able to move back and forth and perform while giving a good message. And boy, was that the case. This was so many amazing students that were seeking somebody to say, hey man, go be great. Go after your passion. And the entire staff and really all the administrators there were just so kind. The vice president of UCF was there, and just so happy that we passed on the word. Now, I got them all excited about their passion. I got them, by sharing that I went after mine and it worked, but it's not easy. And you got to do something called sustainable artistry, where basically you work and you figure out ways to pay your bills, to keep your life going while working on your craft. And that's not easy. But then at the end, I do something called the passion box, and this is something that a lot of people said, the students are not going to do this. Where basically I ask, what's your passion? What do you want to do in life? What do you want to be great at, essentially? And a lot of people are like, they're not going to. And I ask them to fill it out and turn it in. And then that way I can coach and look at and see what they want. And usually what would happen is I would get a box full of, like, after the presentation, everybody runs up, and I shouldn't say everybody, but a good portion of the audience fills out what their passion is, what they're going after, whether they've gone after it, whether they've not gone after it. And the difference that I did in this one was I was able to go back to my hotel room, look at everybody, hundreds of people turned in what their passion was with their names and very specific. And I realized these people need to get together. So essentially, I want to show you what I was looking at in my hotel room. It's not dirty, I promise. Check this out. So what I'm about to show you is after the presentation, after the speech of talking about passion, going for it, these college students who an hour ago were like, who the hell is this bald guy walking around? And then an hour later, they're telling me their deepest passions and what they're going for. And check this out. I want you to check this out. Let me kill this music real quick. But I was so unbelievably, not surprised, but happy to see that this is who we have leading us. Check this out.
A lot of people say that kids don't have any passion these days. And I say kids, I really mean kind of students. And I think that's total bullshit. What lies behind me is worth more than gold, truly, in this attention economy where people are literally wondering, what are the younger people thinking? What are the TikTokers thinking? The college students, this is what they're thinking. The passion project experience, what I'm able to do is I ask them at the end, after about an hour of talking about my passion and how I was able to keep it alive and how you can take these practical steps to do that. I was able to say at the end, this is something called the passion box. This is the part where it's kind of like a little Broadway show because we're about to get to it. They don't even know what's about to happen. I say, what's your passion? What do you want? What have you always had in the back of your mind? What have you given up on? And, when I first started doing this, people said, these are college students. They're not going to, a lot of people, you might get a couple people doing that. I said, no, people want to, everybody wants to get their story heard. So behind me are literally hundreds, of the UCF students' passions, sharing what they feel and how, because I basically said, listen, here's your shot to share your story, not only share your story, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect them all. And I'm going to connect some, because some of them want to be in movies. Well, guess what? I'm going to be casting a film here in the next year. I'm going to need a lot of extras. Boom. Maybe production. Top of the morning. I'm always looking for talent. And that's what I told them. I said, hey, this is an attention economy. So I know you understand that your attention is worth a lot. So give me the attention of hearing me out. And they did. They were amazing. The UCF student body was absolutely amazing. The UCF Student Success Conference is unbelievable. To hear the students speak about it and what an impact it does for them. An honor to be the keynote speaker. But now I'm about to connect all the ones that want to be engineers and doctors and lawyers and own CEOs. And right here, pretty soon, I'm about to cast them all live. And they're going to be part of this production of the Passion Box. And some of them are going to be coaches. Some of them are going to be photographers. And some of them are going to be cheerleaders. And some of them are going to be, it's going to be awesome. Don't ever give up on the youth. They got dreams just like all of us, man. Let's go to the top.
Boom. It's pretty cool, right? Trying to do something different. Joe, appreciate that, man. You got a gift of helping us on the road. Joe is a road ranger. So I show up on the road, you got a flat tire, and I give you a motivational speech, you punch me in the face. Joe shows up, no speech, changes tire, out the door. So, Barbara, this is a big deal for Barbara because always give me food for thought. Thank you. I need to good think about this. Barbara, thank you, girl. Hey, top of the morning to you, Jeremy. Love that pic too. Look cool, man. So, passion is patience. You have great things in you. The great things that you will do are fueled by your passion. And so I want you to think about that today. I want you to think about what are something great that you want to do. Right now, you're watching. I want to know from you. Is it getting a degree? Is it opening your own business? Is it losing 10 pounds? Is it, starting a nonprofit? What is it? And think about what it is when you were a kid. When you were just a little kid and you didn't have anybody telling you, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You just had unbridled passion and energy and love for what it is that you wanted to do. So go back. Think about that. Think about that today. All right? Because the great thing, one day I will be running for mayor here of Great DeLand. And you know what? Why not talk about that next? Yeah. And you know what that is? My great now is my kid's success. I could totally see that, man. Yeah, we should talk a little DeLand next, right? Because let's talk a little DeLand. In a world where people don't like each other that much, where the world may feel divided, where you turn on the news and what you see is a lot of bullshit. Come on down to DeLand, Florida. That's right. Beautiful, amazing DeLand, Florida. It's a small, quaint little town. Henry DeLand and Jerome DeLand. No, I don't think Jerome is his name. They started this amazing little town, DeLand in the house, over 172 years ago. That's a lie. I don't have the facts on DeLand. But what I do know is I've never lived in a small hometown like this. I grew up in Castleberry, right outside of Orlando, and Castleberry was not that close-knit. And this town that is my hometown now, it really is straight out of a storybook. And my wife grew up here in DeLand, and her and I lived in Orlando for many, many years. And then we moved to DeLand in 2021 in the midst of COVID. And I love it. I know I don't look like some little Americana, small hometown guy, but if you live, give me a like and give yourself a like if you love your hometown. Yeah, I love it. And tell me where you're from. I'd like to know because this week is homecoming week, or I guess it was last week. The homecoming parade is today. And every year, people come from all around the world to come back to DeLand, this quaint little town, and they celebrate their high school years, and it's adorable. It really is adorable. I don't know. I graduated. I don't care. Fine. I'll sound old. First off, let's give a little love. Elizabeth, New Jersey is where Barbara's from. Rob Umatilla. I used to know a drug dealer in Umatilla. And I ain't talking Walgreens. Winter Park, Florida. Julie. West by God, Melbourne. I'm going to be out there soon, Rachel. I'm going to be out at Famous Faces and Funnies, #1, a great sponsor of ours, in Melbourne. Please do me a favor. Anybody watching this, go to FFF Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies. Check them out. Say, I saw you on Top of the Morning. Just say Top of the Morning too. They'll know. Rachel, she's been by there. She's seen me. I will be at the Famous Faces and Funnies Comic-Con. It's at, I'll tell you more about it later. But it's October. Rachel, if you have it on there, pop it on there. I love everybody sharing their hometowns. Justine, East Orlando your whole life, and now you're in St. Cloud. That is the migration path of most Puerto Rican Orlandoans, Hispanic. That is, you go to East Orlando, and then you kind of migrate to another city, and that's what I did too. I lived in East Orlando too. So it's like Cubans and Puerto Ricans, we must go to New York and Miami. It's just like, yeah, we get drawn there, and then we migrate. Am I right, Justine? Come on, girl. Grew up in Mount Dora. I love everybody sharing their hometown. Once again, like and share if you got somebody in your hometown too. Grew up in Mount Dora, Eustis, Tavares, very small town. Moved about away for 20 years, and you moved back. Isn't that interesting, Tanya? Isn't that interesting? Megan couldn't wait to get away from her hometown here. And then, just like anything else, I think ultimately, you can't appreciate what you have as a kid. I could absolutely relate, not as the hometown, but my culture. Like, growing up, I wanted to speak American. That sounds so stupid. I want to speak English. Spanish was my first language. And I just wanted, I was like, nobody, and also growing up, there weren't a bunch of Hispanic people in the 80s in Florida. I know it sounds weird because we took this shit over, dog, dale. But it's the truth. And you don't appreciate the stuff. Hold on, these pants are riding up on me, dog. And I think you get older and either you appreciate what you had or you go, oh, that was some bullshit. Whether it was how you were treated and I think Megan was ready to get away and then come back. She went to the big city of Orlando. And trust me, when you live in DeLand, people go, Orlando? Woo! Too much traffic out there. Thank you, Justine, for verifying that. And a little small hometown of Ontario, Canada, for old James John, our biggest Canadian listener. Love him. New London, Connecticut, Florida for over 30 years. I love seeing all these. Connecticut people are cool, man. I've noticed that. Connecticut people, like, by proxy, per capita, pound for pound, good people. I think because you guys are kind of, like, tucked away. It's like, yeah, we're in Connecticut. Wow, I'm really learning a lot about you guys, and I like it. Oh, wait a second. We didn't do podcast media. Greenville, South Carolina. Look at where, oh my gosh, this audience is from everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It just makes me so happy, guys. Can I just tell you real quick? I just want to cry with you guys. Do I have a sad song? I am so happy. I'm going to pretend like I'm crying. Okay, real quick. I'm going to pretend like I'm crying. So when people are scrolling through, this is how fucked up people are. They'll be like, ooh, Carlos is crying. I'm going to click on it. And then I'm going to look up and be like, they're tears of joy. Okay? So we know we're in on this. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're going to do the crying take. We're going to do the crying take to fool people. All right, we're going to do the crying take to fool people that are scrolling through and that are jerks that don't want to stop on our live. So I'm going to do a crying take, but it's really tears of joy. What does the director want? Okay, they want tears of joy. Okay, so we're going to do it. Here we go. We're going to start it over with the sad music. And we're going to do it. Here we go. All right, ready? And 3, 2, 1. I never thought I'd cry on a live stream. These are tears of joy. Tears of joy. I have listeners and viewers and watchers from Canada, from South Carolina, from East Orlando. These places on a map, you couldn't even, they're all over the place. Melbourne? Okay, it's not Melbourne, Australia, but it's still pretty far. I want to thank all my worldwide viewers. Dale. Just call me Mr. Worldwide Viewer. Oh my, all the way from Lake Nona? Do you see how people jumped up? Look at you. My viewers jumped up because you thought I was crying. That's how effed up we are. I did hear your action, and we fooled someone. So if you just jumped in right now to see me cry, that's messed up, man. The show's about greatness. It ain't about crying. And yeah, I do cry. I cry about once a day. There, I said it. Okay? Yeah, I do. I laugh like crazy, and I will cry once a day. I like to go through all the emotions. Your dog came to the phone with so concerned looking. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Zelwood in the house. And the award? Thank you. Thank you, Tanya. There is no other interactive show like this, I'm telling you guys. Nobody else is trying to using the audience, as John Lovitz would say, acting. Bring back the critic. All right. We did it in that sense, all right? So we got everybody here. Now we're going to talk about DeLand. Now, why are we going to talk about DeLand? Well, I'll tell you why we're going to talk about DeLand. Okay? I'll tell you why we're going to talk about DeLand. I love it. And so I will be at the parade today. And here's a little baseball. This is kind of like hometowny, right? Come on down to DeLand, Florida, where it's Americana in its prime. The downtown is sweet. The people are willing to help you out. And everybody remembers their great graduating class of 1969. But for real, I will be cheering. The parade goes through my hometown. So we got the parade, and this is what I do. So the parade is cool. So there's several parades in DeLand. One is the Christmas, the other is the homecoming. And people from every year come back and they do their float. It's just basically people coming back to drink with their old friends, from what I can see. And then they sit on a float, and the float is usually driven by anybody, like a dad, like an old, like, you know. Anyway, I cheer them. Each class that goes through, I cheer them as if it was my class, right? So it starts with like 1950 something, right? And these, I mean, actually it's older than that. And these sweethearts, the class of 1942 or whatever the hell it is, you got to clap for them, because next year comes around, maybe that class is eliminated. I'm just saying. So what I'm saying is, got them. What I'm saying is, I cheer. So when they come along, okay, so let's say the class of 1972 is there. I start screaming at that float. Now I'm on the sideline. They throw candy, so I get the candy too, right? And I'll start screaming, "You're the best class! You guys, 79, baby!" And they will light up with excitement. And I will point to them, right? Now, just as it's getting out of area, similar to the any theme park ride. If you still listen to the speaker in the last area, like if you were thinking of like the Chinese theater ride at Hollywood Studios back in the day, you could hear that they were doing the same show. They were doing the same bit as the door was shutting. If you're like, wait a second, I thought we were being interrupted by a cowboy and an evil witch. I thought, right? Okay. So as the class of 1972, they can still hear me. The class of 1973 is pulling up, and I turn to them and I go, 73, you guys are the best class. And the tail ends, they go, that the bald guy was lying. And they scream, the bald guy was lying. I don't care. I'll do it every single class. And then when I meet them later on at some random cafe, I will tell them that their float, what year were you? And they'll be like, man, we're 89. I was like, what? 89? That was the best float, dog. And they're like, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm like, do you mind buying my coffee? Because, no. Anyway, so speaking of which, guess what? Tomorrow is a big day, my friends. Tomorrow is a big day for DeLand, because As you know, I am somebody who loves boxing. And if you are in DeLand tomorrow, oh, wait a second before I even jump in. Mobsters would hijack your ride, dude. That was a little different. And what I want you to know is that tomorrow is something like, think of travel ball like a great travel ball tournament. Think of like an amazing high school football game or college football game. Tomorrow at DeLand Middle School, we got a boxing match going on. I am so excited about the boxing match tomorrow, Saturday, September 21st at DeLand Middle School. These are not middle schoolers fighting. These are grown men and women getting in the ring, 3 rounds, sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes, depending on their weight class, depending on their experience. I don't know how many boxing matches there are. There's probably 20 or so for the $30 at the door you're going to pay. $25 you can pay the day before. It is well worth the price of admission for the entertainment, the fun, the people that you will meet. These are not just super obsessive boxing fans. Think of this event that has amazing fighters that will be fighting pro one day. And by the way, 9 boxers from DeLand Boxing. It makes me so happy. I see them train all the time. Come support these amazing women and men that get into the ring to test themselves, to hopefully get to another level in their life, and it's happening tomorrow. I'm going to be there the entire time. It starts at 1 p.m. It's fight after fight after fight with music and entertainment. Like I said, I'm hosting, so I try and keep it a lot of fun. And remember, folks, if you're just interested at all in boxing, this is what it's about. The people that are going to be going there to support the boxers are the moms and the dads, the uncles, the cousins. They're not getting into a real boxing match, but they have been training and know the actual real boxers that are getting into the ring tomorrow night. I am so excited. If you want tickets, it's really easy. Just go to DeLandBoxingandFitness.com, or you can give them a call. It's 386-675-2269. Come see me at the boxing match tomorrow at DeLand Middle School. Everything kicks off at 1. We'll be there till about 7 o'clock. It's going to be a blast. Come check it out. Hell yeah. For real, though. That is going to be an awesome time, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. I'm so glad to be a part of it. I want to give some love to some of the... Wait a second. What's up, Jessica? How you doing? Good morning. My dad is Road Ranger Joe. No way. No wonder you've been a supporter for so long. Thank you. I wish the same to you and your family. Have a good day at work, Rob. I hope it's good. It was I did a little hydrating and stretching there. I did a little hydrating stretching. All right. So before we move on to thank you. See my team here. They keep me hydrated and stretch, because if not, I will get a cramp. My circulation issues. I got circulation issues, I think. Little water. This is the hydrate part. Okay, look. Once again, this is my cup from Walking Dead season, because I realize my drinkware is very important to me. The nurse from Walking Dead gave this to me. I think I've said this before, but every time I drink of it, what am I, a king? Every time I drink of it, every time I drink from it, it's like I'm drinking water on the Walking Dead set, basically. All right, we're sharing, we're about to jump into... So, by the way, last show was about Puff Daddy, and it was the biggest show we've had yet. It was so great. You guys are so awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed the really big breakdown that we did. Separated that video. You can check that out on YouTube as well, separate from the live. I just want to say thank you for that, because I realize, man, there's a bunch of people in my history that I really know a lot about, and and a lot of people may not know a lot about Puff Daddy. I do, and since he was in the news, I was like, why not? Let's talk about it, and it went really, 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 really well. So, so while we are speaking about people in the news, I think we should now talk about what I think is one of the greatest feats anybody has ever done. Yeah, I'll say that. And I know be like, what are you talking about ever, Carlos? Give me a break, you loser. If you say that, then screw you, because that's really mean. But what we're seeing at a level... So, of course, the game of baseball is old. This is not just about baseball. This is not just about Shohei. Okay? This is about greatness and what it takes to be, I will say, the greatest baseball player ever to live. I know people are like, what about Babe Ruth? Shut up. Babe Ruth was literally playing against shoemakers and chimney sweeps. Shut up. He was badass, but the dude was drinking beer after beer and cracking home runs, and he never really pitched and hit at the same time. I hate that comparison. So, why am I going to talk about this man, Shohei Ohtani? Shohei Ohtani. Let me see if I can find the actual clip here. It's got to be this one here, but oh, no, that ain't it. So this has got to be it. Nope, that ain't it. So in baseball, it's all about the. There it is. This is what I wanted to show you guys. All right, cool. So in baseball, stats are everything. Sports stats are everything, but baseball has. I was into baseball for a long time. It was my first favorite sport, and then I got out of it. And a lot of you guys maybe don't watch it, and that's okay. But what I want to tell you about is this man, Shohei Ohtani, and what he did last night, and how he was able to achieve something that nobody else in the history of this game of almost 150 years has ever done. Think about that. Think about whatever industry you're in right now. Is it 150 years old? If you're a streamer, no. Most things aren't. Okay? And with his dedication, and you know what? I got a song for Shohei. It's badass. It's like a mixture of like Japanese and EDM. Because one day I will go to Japan. Shohei is Japanese. Okay? And last night, Shohei Ohtani went into the game with 49 home runs and 50 stolen bases. Okay, now why is that a big deal? Let me explain to you why that is a big deal. Nobody in the history of the game has ever hit 50 home runs and stolen 50 bases. The mark before was 40-40, okay? And people have done that before. The likes of Jose Canseco. I could probably name some others. I just don't have the information on hand. Now, what does that mean? Normally, people who can hit home runs, they ain't that fast. They don't steal bases. They don't even try. Majority of big league hitters are not going to be stealing bases. They're bigger, they're stronger. Then this guy Shohei Ohtani comes around and he's like, I will do both. Now, he's a pitcher, guys. But this year was his off year. Yeah, that's right. His off year. The beginning of the...
Ohtani sends one in the air. Deep right field. He's in a world of his own.
There it is. 50-50. In a world of his own. He hit the 50th last night in Florida. And I'm so mad that I did not go there. It was in the Marlins game. And not like I would have had the time nor the money to pick up a bunch of baseball tickets for Shohei's game, which I'm sure would have been expensive. But I wish I could have seen that greatness because... So... The guy goes and hits his 50th home run, right? But that's not all, guys. That's not all. This could be the greatest baseball game ever played. Okay? So he goes in to this game knowing that he could make history. But what does he do? Before that, let's check it out. So he goes 6 for 6, meaning he doesn't ever miss at bat. On a crazy game. He has 10 RBIs. He has 3 home runs. Look at this. Boom. Nails a triple. Boom. That's another hit. 2 for 2. Boom. Nails another one. 3 for 3.
Shohei
History.
sends one in the air.
Shohei.
He's in a world of his own.
Then he gets back up.
Ohtani.
Boom.
On the air. The other
Another one.
Back it goes. Gone. One of a kind player.
51.
One of a kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
And then he does it again.
Oh my gosh! Shohei Ohtani, the greatest day in baseball history.
The greatest day in baseball history, guys. And you're lucky that you're watching Top of the Morning so that I could share it with you. Really, really unbelievable. You're a big baseball fan, James John? I love it. I love baseball. It's a great game. Unbelievable. He is a kind man. Let me tell you a little bit about Shohei Ohtani so that you know who I'm talking about here in a better way. I really want to share with you a little bit of Shohei. Let me share with you the man, the myth, the legend. We got that here. We're just going to bring that back here and just play a little bit. So, Shohei Ohtani. He got on my radar many years ago. There were a lot of talk about this guy out of Japan. He was born in 1994 in Oshu, Awata, Japan. Born into a family with amazing athletes already. His father was an amateur baseball player, and his mother was a professional badminton player. And yes, badminton is huge in Japan. It's like their highlight. So Ohtani grew up with a love for sports, and that's always a good upper hand. Doesn't mean if your parents are good athletes means you're going to be a good athlete. No, you got to have some love. So his early baseball dominance, Ohtani was recognized for his baseball talent at elementary school. Yeah, that's right. Elementary school. Because in Japan, you think travel baseball is something crazy? You think any type of league here in this country is tough? Japanese baseball players, what they have to go through to make it, there's nothing else like it. The toughness, the conditioning. They'll pitch 300, 400 pitches in a day. You get a pitcher pitching 100 pitches here in any league, and they're crying, they're suing. Not in Japan. They don't give a shit. In Japan, like, I don't care. This is baseball. No crying in baseball. I love Japan people. Gosh, I can't wait to go. All right. So he's in at 12 years old, guys, and Shohei is pitching 68 miles per hour. Then he goes to high school. As a high school player in Hamaki Hagashi High School is the epitome of the greatest baseball school in Japan. So he goes there and he's like, yeah, ha, 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 ha. Watch this. 160-mile-kilometer fastball. We don't know shit about kilometers here. We're American. James John, you're Canadian. You know shit about kilometers. The rest of the country knows kilometers. I don't know shit about kilometers. I just know 5Ks. And when I hear somebody do a 5K, I'm like, so what? Anyway, in high school, Shohei goes, you know what? I'm going to throw a 99-mile-per-hour fastball. 99 miles per hour in high school. He's drafted by the Nippon Ham Fighters, and yeah, Nippon Ham is a delicious ham made in Japan by Sam I Am, if you can, with the tan. Better load that RAM. I just made all that up. No, I didn't. Nippon Ham is the name of his high school. This is the name of his team. The 2012 draft, okay? And he initially was like, yo, he's 18, and he's like, you know, I'm thinking about doing MLB, but I don't know. So with that team, because he had so much leverage, in baseball, if you're a pitcher, you just pitch. That's really it. Okay, every now and then we'll get a Greg Maddux Golden Glove guy. Every now and then we'll get somebody who can hit a home run here and there. Every now and then we'll get some. But majority of the time, because it's such a hard thing to do and you specialize in it, that most pitchers just focus on pitching, so they don't hit. So for those who don't know that. And for Shohei, he wasn't like that. Shohei at a very young age practiced the 8 disciplines philosophy. And that is something that I think is major, guys. So right now, we talked a lot about passion and different things. This wasn't by chance that he ended up becoming the greatest baseball player of all time. Whatever it is that you want to do, you have to have a little bit of a plan with it, right? When I wanted to be an actor, when I wanted to do my own show, when I wanted to have a family, whatever it is in life that you want to do and you really want to focus on it, you have to write it out. You have to have a plan. Shohei at a young age developed the 8 disciplines philosophy. And he focused on 8 disciplines and 8 breakdowns of it. And there was pitching, hitting, diet, recovery, mental training, data, strength training, and there was a lot of other things, patience, a true beautiful way to look at the game and show he did that to the highest level. And that's why he was able to continue on this path of being a hitter and a pitcher. So when he gets traded to the Nippon Ham Fighters, they're like, hey, what do you want to do? He's like, I want to do both. Like, yeah, you can't do that. He's like, I want to do both or I'll go to the major leagues. And they're like, okay. And that's very important, guys. That right there, when he made that decision to be a two-way star, a lot of people were telling him, no, don't do that. You just need to pitch. A lot of people in life are going to tell you how you should live your life. They're going to tell you how you should live your life. You got to know here what you should do moving forward. It's your life. You got to listen to people that have your best interest in mind. But ultimately, what you feel here, you got to go for it, right? So he's like, nah, I want to hit. I want to do both those. So what does he do? He does both. The dude does both. And when he does both, he becomes a true two-way star. 2.61 ERA in 2014, hit 10 home runs, dual run performance, unprecedented in modern baseball. So what does that mean? Nobody's done that before. Right now, I want to know, as we're going through it, first off, are you enjoying the Shohei breakdown? Because this is something that I realize, maybe not a lot of people know about this. And so I can kind of share, and I don't want to have my meditation music up. No, we're going to have Shohei up again. Boom. I'm going to do that one right there. Let's do a little bit. So I want everybody who maybe you didn't know a lot about it, just let me know. And I'm glad to be filling you in. Now, we're just, I'm going to put Shohei highlights. Boop. Boom. All right. Let's see here. So, he's still in Japan. He is still dominating, but he gets drafted to Major League Baseball. Normally the way Major League Baseball works, like, you are not going to be, I'm going to put this right here so we can have a little bit of this in the background. You are not going to be doing both. There's never been in history in baseball, Major League Baseball, where they've had a pitcher hitting, playing the field, doing all these things. Shohei's like, no, I'm going to do it. If you want me to come over there and play for the Angels, you have a leverage moment. You have a leverage moment in your life. And that was his leverage moment. You're not going to have it all the time. You're going to have a moment where, wow, I have the power here. And I'm going to not like make it bad against somebody else, but I'm going to make sure I'm in the position that I need to be in. And so that's what Shohei did. And so when he went to the Angels were smart enough to go, let's do it. So he signs with the Angel. Now, mind you, he had just thrown one of the fastest fastballs in history at 102 miles per hour at the age of 22 in Japanese baseball. So the whole world is looking at this kid. He arrives in 2017. Okay? He was one of the most anticipated rookies ever. And what does he go and do? He wins Rookie of the Year for the Angels. He has a 3.31 ERA. He has 63 strikeouts. As a hitter, yeah, he's hitting 22 home runs with a 285 batting average. That's insane. He won American League Rookie of the Year in a historic two-way performance. Then what happens? Age 26, he has one of the great... Well, I'll tell you before that. From 2018 to 2021, He is 30 years old. And guys, thank you. Okay, cool. You're enjoying it. Good stuff. Didn't know much about him. Love hearing the story. Hell yeah. Tag somebody who's a big Dodgers fan. Tag somebody who's a big baseball fan. So in the years where he is 2018 from about 2021, he has some injuries. And he doesn't, and then people are counting him out. This is not a story of like, oh, everybody said he was going to do great. The haters started saying, he's not, you can't do it both ways. But he stayed firm. He stayed consistent. He stayed practicing. He stayed disciplined. Discipline is freedom, y'all. Discipline is freedom. So he goes, and now he has some good seasons, but then 2021, at the age of 26, he has a historic MVP season. He becomes the first player in Major League history to be selected for the All-Star game as both pitcher and hitter. Think about that. So in a field of the best players in the world that focus on one, he's like, I'm as good as you on both levels. So he has 46 home runs, 3.18 ERA, earns the American League MVP title. Now, I know you Aaron Judge fans out there are going, what about Aaron Judge? What about Aaron Judge? I love Aaron Judge. I love Aaron Judge. But he ain't pitching. Okay? So, now, fast forward to where we're at now. 2024. He's 30 years old. He has not... So here's the crazy thing. So after his amazing season, he has Japan... He leads Japan to win the World Baseball Classic title. Strikes out against his former... He strikes out his former player, Mike Trout, to win it. And then going into the season, he gets married. Beautiful wife. And his best friend, guys. Okay, here's where some drama. Okay, you want some drama in Shohei's life? Okay, ready? Here's some drama. Here's some drama. Good for you drama people. You're going into a season. You're injured. This is what happened before this season for Shohei. You're injured. It's a contract year, which means you don't have a team to go to. You were fully expecting to be healthy. Shohei thought he would be healthy. He was not. He had to get Tommy John surgery, a major surgery for any pitcher. People are counting out Shohei Ohtani. You're going to be counted out in life. You're going to be counted out. I've been counted out so many fucking times. So many times. Shohei said, bring it. The beginning of the year, he finds out. Ready for this? I'm about to spill the tea. His best friend, translator of 8 years, if not longer, has become a iconic with Shohei. Everybody loved him. Stole $8 million from him. That's right. Gambling. Taking his money. Almost making it look like Shohei and this guy were in cahoots. Do you know what cahoots means? You know who does cahoots? Scallywags, ne'er-do-wells. Plebeians. Betas. Millions. He was stealing money and gambling from him, betting on things left and right. This is the beginning of this season, folks. The beginning of this season where he's signed to a new team. Imagine the pressure you got. I'm injured. The world thinks I'm stealing. I'm going to one of the biggest baseball teams in the world. Am I worth the money? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. he also signs a contract for $700 million. $700 million. 7 0 0. Is there pressure on him to succeed? Is there pressure on him to succeed? Of course there is. Shohei ain't scared. Shohei ain't scared. He gonna bust that ass. Gonna hit home runs. Gonna do real well. He's gonna do the 50-50 club all day long. And he's gonna prove all them bitches wrong. Yeah, he proved the haters wrong. He steps in. Yeah, James, it's almost as much as I make as well. I make $750 million a year. One day, Shohei will feel like what it feels like to be a real winner. So he starts the season. Remember, it's supposed to be his off season. It's supposed to be like, don't worry about it. Shohei's not going to do that great. It's his off season. He's got the surgery. He's not pitching. So this is the year that he ends up having one of, if not the greatest hitting season in baseball history. Screw the Barry Bonds and the Sammy Sosas and the Mark McGuires. I enjoyed watching all that. But they had more juice in them than Minute Maid, okay, baby? They had more juice in them than the juice bar in San Francisco on Castro Street. That's a lot of juice. They had more juice in them than Tropicana when they hit the juice button. So this is the greatest season. And guess what? Old school baseball players, they used to do speed. Damn right. They take a little, I'm all pepped up, see? So Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player to ever live. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything else. Do you understand? Do you understand? If you come to me, oh, I didn't know he was here. That's awesome. I didn't know he was here. I guess he wants to say something. Well, folks, the word is in. And yes, Shohei Ohtani is the greatest living baseball player ever to live. Now, one person who was not good at baseball was Carlos Alberto Navarro. When did this turn into me? I played baseball. I wasn't. That's right, folks. Carlos was not good. He was a horrible baseball player, and the kids made fun of him. They said, look at him, with the big nose and the kid who can't hit. But Shohei is not that man. What the? I thought you were going to talk about Shohei. Why do you not like me, old-timey reporter, man? Well, there's several reasons for that. I don't like bald people, and I don't like men who sweat a lot. And you seem to have a lot of sweat profusing from your armpits. Oh, God. You are a sweating fool. What are you nervous about? You think that you are going to be called onto the baseball field so that you can do a strikeout in front of your hometown fans, unlike Shohei Ohtani? This is not what I was expecting. Why are you going at me, bro? Just talk about Shohei, man. Just leave me out of this. I'm not even saying I'm good at baseball. Okay, I'm pretty good. You're not good. You never got a hit. You never hit a triple. Shohei Ohtani, on the other hand, is a fantastic man who does so many wonderful things for this country and his country, unlike you, Carlos Navarro, who seem to be a ne'er-do-well. I'm not a ne'er-do-well. I'm a good guy. Why am I talking? Screw you, old-timey man. No, screw you, Carlos Navarro. That's what I have to say. And let's bring the boys back home from the war. You can't finish it like that every time, dude. All right, whatever. Listen. He is a son of a bitch. I don't know why. Old-timey guy is a dick. He's a dick. I don't know why. Top of the morning to you, Joanne. I love that picture of you, though. Wow, you got Big Ben back there? Carl Nav. His name is Carl Nav. You're right, Rachel. But he is a jerk. All right. Cancel the old guy, right? Block him. I should block him. Hey, Old-timey newsman. Guess what? I'm blocking you. You can't block me. I have a feed directly into your studio, and I can interrupt you at any time. You're too stupid to understand that I hired an engineer from my business to do your back-end work. And I'm not talking about your butt when I say back-end work. I'm sure you have stories about that as well. Why are you talking about butt play? This is a serious show about greatness. And you're saying that I have... Why are you talking about greatness? Last thing great came out of you... Well, those children are great and your wife is great, but you're a bit mid. You can't say mid. Mid wasn't discovered until much later. Whatever. Screw him. It gets me so annoyed. Now, let's get back to... Can we get back to Shohei? All right? Okay, let's get back to Shohei. All right. So... Shohei goes, I'm going to have the greatest baseball season ever. If you hate the old-timey news guy, give me a like. I know it's a bit ironic, but... So, it's just amazing what you can do when you focus your energies on things. I know it's easy to think, oh, Shohei Ohtani or anybody that you see doing great things. Oh, it came easy to them. It came natural to them. You get rewarded in the light for the things that you practice in the dark. The hours of training. The decisions he had to make. You have greatness in you. I'm telling you, if you made it to this earth, you beat out the trillions of other little sperm cells that we're trying to get to. I know it's gross, but it's true. You had to fight against trillions of other ones that were trying to make it to earth, trying to make it to your mommy. Fighting. So we literally start off fighting in this world. Right? To make it to that egg. I kind of look like a little sperm cell. And you're here. And you showed up on this earth. And you had two people at one time that created you. Or maybe you were a test tube baby. That's cool too. My point is this. You have greatness in you. You have greatness in you. And I hope that you just turned on this show for the first time and you popped on at this exact part and it goes, and you were doubting yourself. Don't allow those doubts to permeate and corrode your mindset. You don't deserve that. Don't believe every thought you have in your head. All the thoughts in your head are not valid. I think of some crazy ass shit all the time. You have greatness in you. You just got to put in the work. Yes, is believing in yourself and writing out affirmations and really focusing on what you want, a part of it. Yes, no doubt about it. But the major part, guys, is action. Action. That's the formula. And what you will get is greatness. Whether you want to get in better shape, whether you want to start a business, whether you want to get a degree, whether you want to find a partner, whether you want to just be happier with yourself. Thought, plan, plus action. And I see greatness in you. I see greatness in you. You didn't just stumble across the show. There is no coincidences. You weren't going to check this out. You can do it. No, Joe. You the real MVP, dog. You the real MVP. Can I get your number on speed dial so that if I ever do have issues, I can just hit you up, get a direct line to the old road ranger. I'm just saying. Kind of want that. Billy's going to come back. Billy is coming back, but he's been slacking a lot, PM. He will be back. And in a new form, actually. So we'll see. Wow. We did so much today. I'll tell you guys, since you guys are here, I'm going to do next week. I'm going to do some like top topics, I think I'm going to call them. And I'm doing the douchebag Olympics. I don't know what I want to call it, though. I don't know if I want to call it the douchebag. Oh, wait a second. Uh-oh. Boom. You get rewarded in the light for the things you practice in the dark. Sam, hell yeah, bro. Thank you for cutting that clip out, man. Anytime you guys clip out a part of the show that connects with you, you tag me on something. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Top of the morning to you, Kim. Kim is an amazing designer. And I'm sending somebody your way that I met over the weekend. I haven't talked to you about it yet. But essentially what I do at the Passion Project is I connect the students. I connect the people with people that I know that are in those industries, whether it's an email, whether it's a face-to-face. So I'm going to send over a great student that I think would really benefit from you and your amazing talent. So yeah, I was thinking of you. I was like, oh, you know what? I got the perfect person. So let us. Yeah, it's Friday, guys. I'm going to be going to the homecoming parade. I'm going to be chilling with my kids. This weekend, we got the boxing match. If you're in DeLand, I would love to see you. It kicks off at 1 p.m. And just enjoy the present moment. Damn, man. I'm guilty as anybody else. Going time traveling. Being in the moment, being somewhere, hanging out with people. And my mind is somewhere else. Worried about bills, worried about the future, worried about this. It doesn't happen all the time. But maybe that's one of the last things I want to leave with here is that, like, if you find yourself kind of allow yourself to enjoy the day today and do something that my buddy Trevor always reminds me of. Ask yourself how you're feeling right now. Right now in this moment. Are you okay? Are you physically okay? Are you mentally okay? Okay, maybe you don't have as much money in your bank account. Maybe you're looking for that next thing. Maybe you're single now. But are you okay right now? The power of now. And when you can say that, when you can officially say, man, I'm good, that's the blessing, right? Because the people that can't say that, the people in war-torn countries, the people laying in a hospital bed, the people who are being manipulated, the people who are they can't say that. They physically can't say they're okay. And they'd give anything to be in the position that you were in right now. Man, I feel good. I want everybody to have a fantastic day. A day filled with joy, a day filled with light, a day filled with happiness. That's what I'm going to try and provide. And I do know one thing. Today will be a great day. To the top, never stop.